All right. So now that I've been doing lending, I've done about 30 deals all across the nation, different types, portfolio, gap, first position, second position, long term, second position, short term, first position, short term, all these different things. Want to do a comparison of the total return if you only do 100 loans, if you do 100 loans in first position with an average amount of $50,000 versus 100 loans, actually 200 loans in 1 year because um, you're doing 100 loans at the beginning, right? For a 6 month term to get a flat rate of 15%. And then we are also doing another set of loans after that to keep that money moving. So with an annualized return of 30%, I just want to see what the difference would be because yeah, you're getting really high returns, but at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of people who are losing money on these gap loans. So just curious, I want to take a friend of mine's stat where he's only doing first position loans in one market, super safe, analyzes it, does it down to underwrites it so that he's only lending up to 75% of the as is value, sometimes 80%, but depends on the borrower, where he's never going to lose money. I think, out of 1,000 loans in first position, there's a foreclosure rate of 0.4%. But because you've underwritten so that there's enough equity, you're actually making more money. So here we have, so foreclosure, you're not losing any money. You're actually making more money that way. But to keep it conservative and try to keep it uh, as simple as possible, we're just going to do 100 first position loans here. And we're going to compare it to 100 second position loans where his experience, not mine, his experience, he's done them nationwide and he's done them all over the country. There is a failure rate, meaning you lose your money 30% of the time. So I was just curious to see what that looks like. And here the comparison is, all right, so on the left side, under first position, we have our principal and just a rate of return of 10%. Nothing crazy, right? We have a total in your bank account of 5.5 million because again, you're not losing any money, you're earning the interest. So your principal plus your return is total of 5.5 million after 1 year. Here, what I did was I just cut the failure rate in half and put it to 15% because here we're having to deploy this money twice. And if we deploy it twice in 1 year, you're technically doing 200 loans, not 100, to get to this 30% annualized rate. So I don't have a good answer as to why I did 15%, but the failure rate really should be 30%, and that actually compounds. So doing the second position loans is actually way worse than this because once you have that principal loss, you can't redeploy that money again. And then 30% of your second position loans are going to fail too. So, I mean, uh, so this is just what happens if you only have a 15% failure rate and you're doing 200 loans, $50,000 each, uh, at 15% flat. Your total bank account is 5.525 million. So is that worth the extra headache to do the second position loans? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, 15. So let's just say you're going to just chase 20%. You do 20%. Then you make about $100,000 more. No, $400,000 more. But also your failure rate is pretty high too. I mean, if we bump that up to if we actually do 60%, I mean 30%. And I tried to automate this, but I was not enjoying trying to figure out the indexing, sort by, rand, all those different things. You actually lose money. If you have a 30% failure rate, and that's just assuming that you have a 100% hit rate on the second position loans the second time around at 20%. So I'm not saying it can't be done. It can, but you have to really be on top of it. It's very time consuming. So this is just my experience. It's very time consuming to have to go and vet the borrower every single time and just hope that you find like a good borrower who's ethical, who can perform and pays you back on time. So is it worth it? I don't know. To me, the big reason why I'm doing this first position loans is I'm just tired of dealing with headaches and having to deal with a foreclosure in a state that I don't really know. I'd much rather do these safer loans, take a lower rate of return, but also never lose money. Because I mean, losing money has a huge impact on, I mean, it just has a huge impact on your bank account. At a 30% failure rate, which is what the average is for these second position loans, I mean, you end up losing $100,000 of your money. So hopefully this is helpful. I know that this is a very simple, basic model. We're not talking about compounding. We're not doing time value of money and that stuff. But just want to see what it looks like doing these safer loans versus doing these more aggressive loans. And again, not saying that the aggressive loans can't be done. It's just there's a lot of things that have to go right in order for that to work, to get this failure rate down. I mean, if you want to get it down to, if you can get it down to, I think even 20%, you might be okay. Yeah. So, I mean, even at 20%, you're about break even in terms of doing the safer loans. I mean, if you do 15%, maybe it's worth it. Then you're making an extra $450,000 on 5 million. So, anyways, I can send this to you. It's not a complicated sheet. It's not complex or fancy. It just is a very, very, very basic model of comparing first position to second position loans. So let me know if you have any questions or if you want to tell me I'm wrong, go for it. Happy to hear it.